Hello coders, I welcome you all. This is the last video of this year 2025. I tried my best throughout the year to explain different concepts in a clear and practical way. We will meet again in the next year with more learning and new ideas. Happy New Year in advance. So let's get started. As you know, until now we have interacted with AI models in a very simple way. We type a question and the model replies with a text answer, right? This works well, but it also has a clear limitation. The model understands only text. But modern AI models like GPT are more powerful. They can see images, understand what is present inside them, and then answers based on that visual information. This ability is called as multimodal AI because the model can work with multiple types of input at the same time, such as text and images. In this session, we are going to discuss this multimodal AI. The goal is to clearly understand the basic flow of it, and we are going to build application like this image analyzer. Let's take this image and let's ask this question about this image. Describe what is the image about. Let's press enter, and as you can see here, description about our image. As I just said, the goal is clear to understand this basic flow, like taking an image from the local system, asking a question about that image, sending both the image and the question to the AI model, and receiving a text response. In these simple terms, we are telling the model, here is an image, here is my question, please look at the image and answer. As simple as that. Once the core idea is clear, the same logic can be applied to develop any other real-world application. Now let's jump to VS Code and let's write code for this. So now let's right click over here and let's create new file, LangChain underscore image.py. Now let's import required libraries first. So from LangChain underscore OpenAI, let's import chat OpenAI. From LangChain underscore core.prompts, let's import chat prompt template class. Also be required to import base 64. From .env, we have to import load underscore .env. Now let's load our environment variables first, so we can use OpenAI key. Let's save this. So as you know, chat OpenAI is used to communicate with OpenAI models using LangChain. That's why here we are importing, right? And chat prompt template helps us structure prompts properly. That's why here we are using. And base 64 is used to encode the image. And as you know, load underscore .env loads the OpenAI API key from a .env file. Done. Now first we have to encode the image. So for that, I'm going to create one function with name encode underscore image. And here let's pass image path as an argument. Now let's open the file. So here I am passing image path in read binary format as image underscore file, and let's return base 64 dot base 64 encode, and here we have to pass image file, and also we have to read that file, and let's decode this. Done. So this function reads the image file and converts it into base 64 format. So please remember, base 64 translates an image into text so that it can be sent through an API. Base 64 does not change the image, it only changes the format, make it readable by text-based systems, right? That's why here we are doing this. Now let's initialize the model, chat OpenAI, and let's use the model GPT-4o. It's O, not 0, right? And let's assign it to one variable LLM. So here we are initializing the GPT-4o model. So this model supports image plus text input, which is exactly what we need for multimodal interaction, right? Now in the next step, we have to load and encode the image. So we are calling this function, and here we have to pass image that you want to. Here I am using image test.png, this image that I have uploaded over here in this current path. This is the image, right, of freeze, and you can see the different items inside the freeze. Currently, we are hard coding this image, but shortly we will develop web-based application using Streamlit, where we will get this image from the user. Let's assign it to one variable image. So please remember, this file image_test.png must be present in the same folder as the script that you can see in my case, right? So after this line, the image is no longer a file. It is now a base64 string ready to be sent to the model. Now next is the most important part of the script. Here we are going to create the multi-model prompt. As you can see here, I have created this multi-model prompt using chat prompt template class that already we have imported over here, right? Dot from underscore messages, and this is system message, and this is user or human message. As you can see, as a system message, I am passing you are a helpful assistant that can describe images, and here you can see as human message type text, we are taking input from the user, right? And here type image, and we are taking image. So here we are taking text and image both. So both are sent together in one request. That is what makes the interaction multi-model, right? So actually the human message contains two inputs, user question and the image encoded in base 64. As simple as that, right? Now we have to invoke the model. For that, let's use chain. So prompt that I am passing to our model LLM, let's assign it to one variable chain. Done. And let's invoke our chain. So here let's use input, and currently here I am passing the question, but we will take this question from the user. Describe what is the image about. He sends the image and the question to the AI model. What the model do? The model looks at the image, understands the question and generates a meaningful response. Now let's display the response. For that, we have to assign it to one variable response. Here response dot content. Done. So you can see we gave an image to the AI model. We also gave a question about that image. The image and the question were sent together to the model. The image was converted into base 64 so it could be sent as text. The AI model looks at the image, the AI model reads the question, and using both, the model generate an answer in the text form. Let's check this. Let's open new terminal. Let's clear this. This is console base, so we have to run like this. LangChain underscore image dot py. Great. You can see it is nicely describing this image that you can see. Great. You can see. So this is called multimodal AI, image plus text. Same logic can later be used in other projects. Now let's develop web application for this using Streamlit. So now to create web app, let's create one new file, image underscore streamlit.py, and let's use the same code. Let's copy and let's paste it over here. Done. So first we are going to develop web app using Streamlit. So we have to import Streamlit first. Import Streamlit as st. Done. So now we are getting image from the user. So this statement is not required. Let's comment it out, and also let's change variable name bytes, and here is also bytes, right? So first we have imported this and we are commenting this statement because it is not required here in web-based application, because we are taking image directly from the user and converting it into base 64 format. Now here let's give title to our web app, image analyzer. After this, let's write file underscore uploader so user can upload the image. Let's give message upload and image, and let's also define type so user can upload PNG or JPG or JPEG image. So first let's assign it one variable, image underscore file. Done. Next, st.text underscore input. The user can ask question about the image, and let's assign it to one variable question. Done. So here we are taking an image from the user. Here text input means user can ask question about the image. Now if image file and question both are available, then only execute this logic. Let's press tab. Done. So in place of this hard-coded image, now we have to pass image file, right? This that we are getting from the user. No need to change this, chain as it is, but here in place of hard-coded question, we have to pass this question that we are getting from the user. Place of printing on the console, we have to print response on the web app. Also, let's decorate this, right? And answer. Save this. I think done. Let's try to execute our web app. So it is Streamlit based. So we have to run like this. Streamlit run and our file name. Let's press enter. Great. It is working fine. Now let's upload this image and let's ask a question about the image. Describe what is the image about. Let's press enter. Great. You can see nicely described about the image by GPT-4o that you can see. Hope all of you are clear with how to work with multimodal AI. See you in the next year. Happy New Year in advance.